Today on Trend, I've invited Centro Windows back to my house to talk windows and doors. We explore all the benefits of adding a swim spa into your fitness routine. And Ingrid never disappoints in taking us to the best of the best in real estate. Ingrid, this is one of the most beautiful waterfront properties that I've ever been to.
And welcome to Amherst Avenue in beautiful Sidney by the Sea. And this special enclave of waterfront homes is really in a unique setting. You've got just a lovely sheltered area heading into Roberts Bay. And it's really not as windy as some other spots can be in the Sidney area waterfront. And just the showcase of being able to see Mount Baker front and center, and you've got the San Juan Islands to your north and the start of the Gulf Islands to the south. And it really is just inspiring to wake up to this every morning.
I mean, it's beautiful and quiet, but then you do have a lot going on behind you too, that you could just sit out here on the patio and all day watch what's going on.
And the abundance of marine life and boat traffic, which is always fun to watch and explore.
Yeah.
And the ability to have the low bank waterfront and the walk-on sandy shore, sandy beach area, that's really unique as well. There's not very many spots on the peninsula that offer this convenient waterfront package.
Well, and this homeowner has put so much love and care into this property. The gardens are stunning.
And this was a real labor of love. The parents were the original owners who designed the home and had it built by a very well-known local builder who's now retired back in 1998. And they had the vision for the two to age in place, with all of the 3,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, all on one main level. It really afforded them the ability to plan it so that each had their own primary suite, one with the addition of a home office, which is front and center, looking out towards the waterfront.
I don't know that you'd get that much work done, but it really has that tranquil spa feel to it.
And Amy, that was the goal of the family, to design a home that they could age in place, but also entertain and enjoy and create those special memories with their 5 children and all of the grandchildren as well. There's been many, many memorable dinners and moments here. And the attention to detail with that type of a concept in mind, with the spacious room sizes. You've got a 10-seat dining area, and immediately as you come into the 17-foot soaring ceilings and you're capturing all that this beautiful waterfront has to showcase, it really creates that backdrop for just those special occasions and those lasting memories.
Well, one of my favorite things about the design is that you can just open the French doors up and have outdoor living inside and have one space for all of the entertaining. And then also the natural light that's just like washes into the home is amazing. You know how I am about natural light.
And I totally agree. And I think that's what captivates you too from the first moment that you enter. The beautiful skylights and the seamless entry and living space from inside outside, and the ability to live and dine al fresco and just take in all that this beautiful West Coast lifestyle has to offer. It really is a special package that this home offers.
One of the other things that's so special about this home is that it is actually so close to downtown Sidney that if you were an older couple or anything like that and you just want to walk down to the restaurants and such, it's all right at your fingertips.
And that has become a real desirable source of what buyers are looking for. Sidney has really generated that discerning buyer who's looking for that true West Coast lifestyle.
Yes.
And having all that Sidney by the Sea has to offer, from local shops to marinas and the convenience of being only 10 minutes to the Victoria International Airport, the same to BC Ferries. You're really in an amazing location with even walkability to the downtown village.
And they have so many activities year round with the market, the entertaining, all of that. You'll be walking downtown all year.
And Sidney has really garnered that seasonal approach. You're right. They have the Canada Day celebration parade. They have the Christmas parade as well. And the camaraderie of this community and how it's built. I think that's also something that's very, very important for people now looking, to be part of that vibrant community. When they can retreat to something as beautiful and special as this property and home is, but also to feel that connection and just enjoyment of small town living.
This property really is perfect for no matter what you desire.
And Amy, as much as the family has enjoyed the history and the moments here, it is time for a new chapter. And they are also excited about someone else becoming the new ambassador of this very special waterfront property. And I can see how they will definitely be missing all that this has to offer.
Well, and that's the thing. With this home, you really are getting the whole lifestyle. Jonathan, it's so great to have you back at my house today because Centra was a huge part of my renovation. We did all of the windows and doors and it made such a difference.
Yeah, I remember when we first came in, you had old aluminum windows with clear glass, so definitely not as comfortable as it should be. So now with our new high energy efficient windows, you're gonna be a lot more comfortable through the summer and the winter.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
I think when I moved in, it was about 40 degrees during the heat dome inside the house.
Oh no, so did you notice a big difference this summer?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
It's so comfortable in here with the addition of the windows and doors and the heat pump. It's just steady Eddie the whole way. How do you homeowners know when it's time to replace the windows?
Well, the thing that people first notice is when the house is drafty. So you have a hard time regulating the temperature in your house, and overall you're just not as comfortable as you should be. So a big indicator is, aluminum windows with clear glass. And then also too, if the glass has failed, so if there's fog in between the panes of glass,
right,
that's a big indicator to look at getting new windows.
And at that point, you're essentially heating the outdoors.
Yes, yeah, and you'll have, a lot of times you'll have a high energy bill as well, so look at that, and every bit counts to save money. So.
What I love too is that each one of you is so knowledgeable and you actually care about the job.
Yeah, so what's really unique to Centra is that we're 100% employee owned. So I've personally been an owner for 15 years.
Wow.
So I did installation and now I'm an estimator. So, we really pride ourselves in sitting down with a homeowner, looking at what's the best window for their house. So one window, for example, triple glaze might not be suitable for one house where the other person just needs double pane, and yeah.
And then you also manufacture all your own product, which is amazing. We know exactly what we're getting.
Yeah, so where you don't subcontract anything, we're fully integrated. So from manufacturing to installation to sales, we walk you through that whole process, and everyone is a part owner, so they really have invested interest in making sure that we produce and install.
And a lot of really nice product to choose from too, because I wanted black on the outside, but then for this home, I thought it was a little bit harsh to have the black on the inside, but I was able to get black and white.
Yeah, so we have our color shield, which is the black exterior, and then a lot of times people want the black, but they don't understand that sometimes it's not in the budget, or it doesn't always suit the design, right? So as you can tell, the white really makes it nice and bright.
It does, yeah, as this is kind of a modern, but almost more transitional style home. So what's the warranty like on the product? If anything fails or goes wrong, what do I do?
Yeah, so you want to make sure that we carry a true lifetime warranty. So that includes installation. So if there's any leaks or drafts, anything goes wrong in the future, we'll come replace it and fix it for free. Also the product itself. So if the vinyl yellows, cracks, or warps, we would come and stand by our product.
Right.
Yeah, so that's one thing to look forward to, is really look at the detail of the warranty if you're looking at a window company.
And you guys made it so easy walking me through that entire process, so I knew exactly what that was from the beginning.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you so much for coming back and seeing the finished product.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm glad I could see it all finished up.
Kitchen and bath design are two of the most important planning phases when you're renovating a home. They not only have to look good, but they have to be extremely functional. I love putting in really high-end bathroom fixtures, or at least ones that are going to stand the test of time. There's so many out there. We went with really great brands in my home for both the bathroom and the kitchen. In the bathroom, I decided to go with widespread handles on the sinks. It looks really upscale and high-end. And in the powder room, went with something a little more funky with the single lever. In the kitchen, I love the faucet. It's actually a touch faucet. That's really great for when you're in the kitchen and your hands are all dirty. You don't have to get it all over everything. The laundry room was awesome as well. It actually is on an extension, so that when we're bathing Milo or doing all sorts of dirty work, it really gets the job done. Plumbing fixtures are a spot where you need to spend a little bit of money and a lot of time in the planning process. John, there's so many products in the showroom here, but I have to say this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, mine too. I have one of these at home. At Arctic, we call this an all-weather pool. More people are probably familiar with the term swim spa,
right?
Because you can swim in them.
Yeah.
But it can also just be a really big hot tub,
yeah,
or cold tub. Like recently, we've had some really warm weather.
Yes.
And what's really nice is that we can keep this at whatever the ambient temperature is outside.
Right.
So, you know, even though 30 sounds like it's really hot, 30 is considerably cooler than our body temperature.
Right.
So you want to cool off on a hot day, sit in here for a little while. Lots of people don't like to swim in super hot water, but
yeah,
they don't like to swim in cold water.
Yes.
So it gives you that benefit. They're really kind of the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a huge influx. It's probably the fastest growing area of the spa and pool market is these.
Well, what I like about this is, I mean, an in-ground pool is great, but you can't use it year-round in most cases because a lot of people don't have them heated.
Yes.
And then this offers so much more as well.
True, and it doesn't take your backyard away from you, right? These are more compact, right?
Mm-hmm.
But really, a lot of pool is not used.
Yes.
It's a lot more work looking after a traditional in-ground pool. If you could even get someone to install one for you right now, it's like everything. You can't get the people to do the work.
Yeah.
And they're very expensive. You know,
They're very expensive. I think a lot more than people actually think.
Yeah, like ours start at $25,000 and go up to about 60, which is kind of the starting point of an in-ground pool.
Yes.
Even above ground pools are well into that price range.
Right.
And then you got to think there's got to be the decking around it and all the other stuff. Whereas we have compact ways of giving you everything that you want. And not taking up your whole backyard.
And it's not permanent. So for resale, if somebody doesn't want it, it's not going to hinder the sale.
It's surprising. We get calls, you know, not a lot, but we get calls quite frequently where people are like, hey, what can we do with this thing? We want to, you know, fill it in or do something like that. And I'm like, wow, you know, that's so much money. And then you just want to fill it in. But it actually has a negative effect on the value of homes in some cases. If you're not, you know, unless you have kids or someone that's going to use the pool, then it's really just taking up your backyard.
Well, and this is great because, you know, if you have a kid, pools are great and such, but this is great for adults because you can do all your workout in here and so much more than just swimming.
Yeah, it really is like from if you like to stretch or something like that, there's plenty of room to stretch. We even put handrails and stuff on there so that you can actually do your stretching and your fitness routine in here. There's lots of aqua-size type things that people like to do. This particular spa actually has a fitness kit adapted to it, so you can row in there. You can. We got the stretchy resistance band, so you can do your resistance training in there. And you're not going to get hurt because you're warmer, so it's easier to stretch your muscles and stuff. And I personally think that if you do have a get together and you wanna have your friends over, like you can fit them all.
Oh,
in here,
absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Which is kind of cool. Like all summer, we've had guests and stuff coming over, and we live on the lake, so the people do a lot of the swimming in the lake, but then they get cold.
Right.
And they come sit in the hot tub and
Sit and lounge, just be comfortable.
yeah, it's fun. It changes the way you approach your day.
And you guys have lots of inventory right now too.
We do. We have the most inventory we've ever had, so it's on sale.
Yeah.
Please come down. We don't want you to have to wait and go through this big problem that we've had over the last 2 years.
Well, that's perfect. I think that they take all of the work out of it to find the perfect fit for your clients.
Absolutely. Come on down and see us. Thank you so much for coming again, Amy.
Thanks, John.
Go global with Newport Realty and Christie's International. Picture over 200 miles of white, powdery sand beach with some of the best snorkeling and scuba diving in the world. This is the Turks and Caicos Islands. Located 575 miles south of Miami, a perfect place for peaceful relaxation. English is the sole official language, which makes it extremely tourist-friendly, but you might also hear some Spanish and Haitian Creole. With quality and style, the Blue Star Villa boasts an open plan, high ceilings, and sophisticated finishes. Sliding doors create an indoor-outdoor feeling. All 3 bedrooms are spacious with 1 on the main and 2 upstairs. The primary has a view of the ocean and gets a constant gentle breeze. The pool was designed for family comfort and outdoor entertaining. Blue Star Villa is designed with style and a modern finish. I'm Danny Bales, going global with Newport Realty and Christie's International.
Gary, I'm so excited to be here with you today because roofing is a huge part of the overall aesthetic of a home that people maybe don't realize how important it is.
It's true. Most people don't really consider the roof part of the aesthetic, but when it looks great, then they'll notice it.
And you've been in the industry for 30 years?
Yeah, I've been roofing 30 years, actual working initially, obviously, training, developing my skill, and then opening my own company. So when we first started in the industry, we were mostly installing a T-lock shingle. Most people don't even know what that is anymore, so that's been phased out.
Right, what is a T-lock shingle?
Yeah, so basically it's an asphalt shingle which had an organic mat, basically paper.
Right.
And so the waterproofing agent was asphalt with a granulated surface. That still exists today, except the core is fiberglass, commonly known as a fiberglass laminate shingle. That's the most common shingle in the industry.
Comes in lots of different colors and...
Yeah, so that's what most people are familiar with.
Right.
But we have seen the West Coast look trying to be maintained using cedar.
Okay, like an actual cedar shake.
An actual piece of cedar shake, correct.
Right.
So those shakes, unfortunately, second growth wood is the only thing that's available now, and those deteriorate at less than half what they used to.
And the West Coast weather is very, very harsh on them.
Very, very harsh. So it's the freeze-thaw cycle that takes place, a lot of rain, of course. The UVs, of course, draw out the oils, breaks it down. And so because of that, we looked at developing a better product, specifically to replace that look, rather than relying upon the second growth cedar for people's installations. And so North America wide, the trend is towards metal. Never used to be that way, but they're pushing now 1 out of 10 roofs between commercial and residential are now metal instead of asphalt shingle or alternative synthetics, which are also making their way into the marketplace.
And the metal is just so durable, correct?
Durable, proven in the industry, and so these synthetics that they're coming out with, some of them are great, but they're still unproven.
Right.
So what we've done is combined between 26 gauge and 22 gauge metal with an EPS filler. Both of those products, both of those have been in the industry for well over 50 years.
Right.
And are used right across the board, across North America, hot climates, cold climates, doesn't matter.
Being in the industry and seeing what works, what fails, that sort of thing, you also really saw a gap where something needs to fill it, a better product that looks great, that you're manufacturing yourself.
Right, right. So we engineered the product basically to be identical to a piece of cedar.
Right.
So it not only looks like a piece of cedar, it's installed in the same fashion. So from a technical installation standpoint, much easier than a lot of the other products that have made their way into the marketplace. And so because of that, it's going to make it easier for the roofing companies, which are going to be installing the product, to have their crews do it rather than to have to retrain them with
Right.
specialty installation techniques and tools. So none of that's required with this install.
And what does the product consist of? How do you make it?
So basically we start off with a metal blank, and that is formed into a shake pan, and then an EPS filler. That then gets placed inside of it, and that becomes the shake. And so with that EPS filler, you now have the same thermal properties as a piece of cedar. So that's what it was. One of the advantages of cedar was kept the building fairly cool.
Right.
And this does the same thing, and it's even more enhanced because of the reflectivity of the PVDF paint coating that's on that 24 gauge galvalume.
So the heat isn't getting in or out
Yeah, so
when it shouldn't be.
exactly. So rather than heating up your attic space, it's keeping it at a relative temperature.
Right.
And conversely, when you have colder temperatures, when people crank up the heat and you have heat transfer from an attic into the attic space, causing melting and then freezing at the eave, which typically is referred to as ice damming, that's not happening either. So we're solving numerous multiple problems with this product. Not only looking great, but functioning in an outstanding fashion.
Well, and you know, as well as the viewers do, as a designer, I like things that look great and really add to
Absolutely.
the aesthetic of the home.
Yeah.
With this, there are so many different finishes and colors and the wood look that you can get, yet it's
Yeah.
something that's going to stand the test of time and be so durable.
Absolutely. So we started off as Vangali First Shake, so wanted to duplicate the shake look.
Right.
But it can also look like slate, and so we had the Vangali First Slate as well. So you can get that in solid colors as well as in whatever patterns or designs that you would specify as a designer. You can even go to stainless steel, which is of course a completely permanent roof system.
And what I love about it is that you've been in the industry, you've been in the trenches, you have seen it, you know it's going to stand the test of time. You're not just an engineer, but you're not just somebody creating this product. You know this is going to work because
Right.
you and your crew are installing it.
Exactly. So as you mentioned, I'm not a certified engineer, but our family has a strong engineering background. And so progressively we've come sort of trending towards where we are now with this modern day look, which is going to deliver outstanding value to the client and to the industry. It's going to save the industry and the insurance industry tons of money because it can handle the wind, it can handle the hail, it can handle fire. It's eco-friendly. Everything in this product, even after the 100 years, is fully recyclable. The EPS is recyclable, and of course the steel is recyclable.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us today.
Sure, my pleasure.
Thank you.